Alright, so back again here. Alright, so as I'm practicing my skills as copywriter and growth of a writer, I have to see communication is a key, and so whenever I will be in a sales call, I have to prove my expertise with the spoken words, right? Because it's proven that suppose you are a great copywriter, you have so many like your skill is really great, like it's near to expert level, but you can't express that value through your communication during sales call. You stumble a lot during a sales call, and that's where the problem is. All right. So in other hand, there's another guy who's decent in his skills, but guess what? He's absolutely like make it makes. He's absolutely good in communication and expressing his value through words in that sales call. He will get higher immediately. That is the power of communication. But not only that, but I have to also to improve my skills because recently I saw someone's portfolio and I was like stunned. I was very stunned. There's so many copy in that portfolio, from Facebook ads to search pages to and landing page, opt-in page, emails of various niches, right? And that made me humble, because I haven't prepared that kind of portfolio till now. I have a lot of sales pages, but I don't have any other copy right now. Yeah, except an opt-in page. I have to build that portfolio because not only that it is good, but I need a lot of practice. I need to practice a lot to refine my copywriting skills. Right. So for the past 7 months, I have been refining this skill, but I still haven't got any client. First, because I need to do a lot of outreaches, damn lot of outreaches. And on top of that, I have to write a lot of copy to refine my skill. And on top of that, I have to improve my communication to express the value I will be able to provide. Because, like, once you reach to, let's say, 1K a month, I guess it's easier to reach 10K a month. Or like, it's harder to reach 10K a month, but it's easier to reach 100K a month. Like, a lot of successful people say that because that first work, that first results are a lot, like you need a lot of hectic work to reach to that first place, right? So I have been reading this book called Sell Like Crazy. It's written by Australian agency owner, um, Sabrich Subi, yeah. And he's considered a legend in the marketing space. He has a digital marketing agency called King Kong, and it's one of the fastest growing companies in Australia. And because of that, he's like I have been reading this book. I have been reading his book, and there's a lot of things to learn. Right? His background was like his mother is a single mother of three children, including him, and he basically couldn't bear to see her mother working so hard, right? Single mother, also, along working, you have to she has to take care of her children and household stuff. So guess what? Sabri Subi started helping her mother when he was very small by working at a restaurant, helping them to put butter in a bread and earning like $3, something like that. And see, he really gave that money to her mother, which he earned with sweat, right? But she insisted him to keep that money, but also he insisted her that, you need to keep this money or it will make me happy. And then his mother always burst into tears, right? So later on he tried some guitar playing or some talent in public, showcasing talent in public, and guess what? He got a lot of money from that, a lot of money from other people paying, paying for showcasing his talent in the street, right? So he has been earning money ever since childhood, and when he was 16, he basically applied for a sales job in a after seeing a poster. On that poster, it was written that earn up to like earning potential up to 1,000, 1,000, $2,000 per week, right? Per week, and he was hooked instantly. He worked damn hard, but guess what? For 2 weeks consistently, he was not getting any results. He was fighting at the front lines of capitalism, where you have to, like, everyone was inside a bunker kind. No, not a bunker. Like, it was a kind of container, a goods container, maybe. Like, it's a kind of room where everyone was, every other salespersons were picking up the calls and, like, doing the sales, right? And he was also among them, and he was host performer for the first 2 weeks, but because the company's head saw something in him, so he decided to give that boy, like, Subi, another chance to prove himself, like another week to prove himself. And guess what? He basically turned the tables. He basically topped the sales results, right? He was the top performing salesperson in that company, and yeah, he basically wrote down every details he was doing in that age, like after, like, getting to 17, 18, where everyone graduated from high school to now go to college. He basically, like, on because of his early financial reach, like early financial success, like earning 1,000 to $2,000 per week is not a joke. He basically went to England, and there he worked across various companies in various floors, sales floors filled with sales people, and he basically conquered every floors whenever he went to any floor, any sales floor, right? Now, after gaining a lot of experience from that, he then broke down in his book that how the idea of sales pages of, right, now, during sales call you sell person one to one, right? And there's 24 hours in a day, there's limited time in a day. Now he thought, what if I can sell, like, one time, what if I can pitch myself one time and it generated like 100,000 sales. Like, he was saying, what if? Now he basically learned a lot, read a lot of books, psychological books, and guess what? He basically developed that skill of copywriting. What do you call copywriting? That he studied great persuasive copywriters and gained knowledge from that. And he basically broke out his work ethic in that book, that you need to kill that little bitch inside you. Like, if you work really hard now, then every company, every company in your competition will be showcasing white flag of surrender. Right? Like, his voice is very powerful in that book. Like, there's a lot of things to learn, but I have to go through that book. I don't have that book physically, but guess what? I have a PDF version. I should buy that, but for now I don't have any money, so yeah, I have to adjust. Right? Not only is Sabri Subis sell like crazy, but there's great books like Great Leads, and then there's another book like Way of the Wolf, a lot of sales books, right? And there's a lot of knowledge to gain from that. So I have to read all those books, and guess what? If I can explain the concepts described in those kind of books, then I would kill everything in, like, I will kill it in sales calls myself, right? I'll basically, like, be able to explain them about the service that I'm going to offer to them. And if I do that articulately, like with full articulation, then it will be a killer. I had recently watched a video on how to communicate articulately. So that person says that, you need to have clear thoughts in your mind. If you have clear thoughts in your mind, then you can communicate that idea to the person sitting in front of you, right? So I need to think clearly. And yeah, clearly I mean that clearly know the concepts that I'm going to communicate to another person. And that is the thing. So in the next videos, I will be talking about sales, copywriting, appointment setting, like related to those kind of skills, so that it prepares me in advance for the sales calls that I will be having in the future. In the recent future, I need it because communication is a key, and I need to develop it as fast as possible. And I need to get, like, if I solve people's problems faster, then I will get paid faster because I need it to change my miserable life. I need to do this within this year. So I have a real potential to not go to college. Like, I have the real potential to escape the traditional education system, and if I can achieve that, then I will be able to change my crazy dreams. Exactly, that is the thing. I hope no one is hearing this kind of words from another window right here. It's my rent house. I don't want my landlord to hear all those things, or else he would be like, "Oh no, this person has gone crazy." Anyway, so all right, I don't care if this, like, all right, I'm making this video for myself because I need to improve my communication skills. So yeah, guess what? I have to read a lot of books, and whatever concepts that I will be gaining from reading those psychological books, copywriting, sales books, I will be conveying every ideas in front of this camera, and it will be beneficial. Alright. So what more do I have in my mind? Alright, so another thing that Sabri Subi wrote in her book is that, like, there's a lot of things, but I'm still learning. But another thing that I learned from that book until now is that follow the 80-20 principle. Like, there's a lot of tasks that can be outsourced to another person because that tasks don't bring real changes, that doesn't move that money needle, right? Do certain tasks, like do 20% of the tasks that brings 80% of your outcomes, and delegate those 80% of the tasks, outsource that to other people because they don't move the money needle. But that applies only when I am a successful business owner, right? I have a successful, like, a good amount of money flow. Right now I don't have anything. I'm a freelancer and I have to do everything on my own, right? Whenever I'll be having a money flow, then I could hire some people to delegate, outsource some of the works that doesn't move the money needle. But guess what? When I'll be running an agency and when it will be generating like thousands of dollars in revenue, then I need to delegate some tasks doesn't move the money needle. But still, guess what? I have to do the sales calls, right? With that big picture in my mind, I have to work really hard because this year is very vital and this time will not ever come again. The universe has given me this phone as the last chance to change my whole fucking life, right? And the internet connection, I'm very, very grateful for that, right? So yeah, for also I let's tell this one. Another thing is that I'm still stuck expressing my words articulately. All right, so Another thing that I want to say is that maybe I could record myself twice a day. So, like, yeah, I could record myself many times, as much as I can, right? Right.